Hello guys, welcome back to our video. So in this specific tutorial I'm going to talk about a problem statement which I found in LeetCode. So without wasting time, let's get started. So this is a problem which is written as zigzag conversion. So you are actually given a string and you have to traverse it in a zigzag fashion. So what does that mean by zigzag fashion? So let me show you. Suppose you are given a string as PayPal is hiring, right? Is written in a zigzag pattern on a given number of rows like this. So suppose you are given a number of rows as 3 and you are given a string, okay? So what you have to do, you have to traverse the string with the given number of rows in zigzag fashion, okay? Suppose here what is written, there is a string given and the number of rows is provided, so the output should be this, right? So let's come to the explanation. Here it is. So starting from PayPal is hiring, so you have to traverse this string in this fashion, starting from this like this, then again down, then again up, and then down. So you have to traverse this in this fashion, right? So what should be the approach? So if you see properly, let me just clear it. So if you see properly, look, if the number of rows is 4, right? So in the very first row, what I am doing, in the very first row, if I talk about this row and if I talk about the last row, what exactly is happening? Look, if I am in the first row, right? So I have to increment the, suppose I am taking a variable as I, and I is initially pointing to this, okay? So look, if I am in P and if I increment I by 4, so after A, I, P, A, L, I have already incremented I till 4. So in the fifth element, we have I. So I here printed. Again from here, if I increment I till 5, I will get N. So as I have reached the end of the string, so no need to print anything, right? So same goes in the last row as well. You are starting from P, and again you are going to I, okay? So I'm gonna code it in Python, so stay tuned with me. Okay, let's open up the Jupyter. So I will take a string as an input, and then I have to take the number of rows. Suppose I'm taking it as a input. I'm taking user input over here. Then what can I do basically? So I will take a while loop which will go now. I have to initialize a variable I as 0, okay, because I will point to the first of the string. While I less than length of s. Now I will take another variable j as, and I will initialize it with 0. For each and every iteration j will be initialized to 0, okay. So again I will take while j is less than num of rows, okay, and I is less than len of s, okay. This will be a condition. And again I'm gonna take a result list of null strings, and it will be, and the number of rows will be there. So what basically happening over here, what basically I'm doing here, I'm creating a list with a null string and into number of rows. Means there will be a list created. If the suppose the number of rows is 3, so the list will contain 3 null strings, If the number of rows is 4, the list will contain number of if the list is created, okay, so the list will be containing 4 number of null strings. Okay, so let's continue with our while loop. So in this specific while loop, what we are gonna do, so you're gonna append result plus equals to, will take the strings element si, okay, now will increment I plus equals to 1, j plus equals to 1. Then after the finishing of this while loop, I'm gonna initialize the j with j minus 2. Then again I'll take another while loop. Now I'll put a condition as j greater than, j will go through this. Okay, so j greater than 0, and I will be less than length of this. Again the same thing, result plus equals to s of I plus equals to 1, j minus equals to 1. Okay. Now there is a null string. So what I am doing basically in this loop, so first of all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the string. Okay, let's suppose I'm gonna take the string as paper is higher, right? So I'm gonna start the I from over here. Let me just show you. I'm gonna take the I, start the I from here. Okay, and I will loop through each and every character of this string until the end. So that's why this condition is, and why I'm taking j, and j is for traversing this result string, right? So why I'm traversing the result list, so I'll be showing you in a moment. Let me just clear it. So if I take the number of rows is 3, so you can see, okay, I think there is something, a problem is happening. uh, what actually is happening, let me print the result string. I'll print the result string after every iteration, right? So let's see what is actually happening in the result string. Number of is 3. Okay, that's actually the problem. Okay, sorry. Actually, I've done a mistake. It would be result j, because j is for the traversing the list. Now if I type in the number is 3, you can see, guys, for every iteration I'm traversing the list, and this is the output, and for the last iteration I'm getting the all output. And now what I have to do, I have to concatenate all the strings in a result string, and I have to print it, right? So what basically is happening, so if I start with while I less than length, so I is basically first 0, so I is pointing to first to p. Again then I'm initializing j with 0, and now while j less than number of rows, so why j less than number of rows, because I because I have only three rows, right? So I, for that only I have only three null strings. So for this purpose I am actually taking the condition as j less than num of rows, and after every iteration I am initializing j with 0, because after every iteration I have to come back to the first element of the list. Okay, so I'm concatenating all the strings what I have in the result string. Now if I run it, number of rows is suppose I'm giving 4. So this is the output as you can see. So let me copy the code and run it in the LeetCode platform. It should be here, not up here. See, that's the problem actually. Whenever you copy some code, it doesn't placed in the proper position. Okay, one more condition I have to add. This is if the number of rows which is given is greater than or equal to the length of the string. So if the number of rows is greater than or equal to the length of s, then simply I have to return the s, because for that only, if the number of rows is, suppose the number of rows is here, the suppose the length is 10, right? So it will be go in the downwards fashion only. So that's why I have to return the string one. Okay, okay, it would be under this one. May run it. Okay, actually the here the name is numbers. May run it. Okay, it has been accepted. Let me submit this code. Okay, and see runtime is 2 milliseconds faster than 86% of the other coders. So that's great. So thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to this channel and if you like the video, please make sure you are subscribing the channel. Thank you guys. Hope to see you in the next video. Till then, enjoy.